Hi Tiffany, the Unpub Proto Spiel event you went to sounds like it was really neat. I recently went to a local board game design group. I didn't play anything, but I read some rules, I watched other people play through, listened to some discussion, and I'll say that the whole design process is very neat, kind of like you said, how and why people get into it. Fascinating. As you know, the Gathering of Friends happened last month. It's a little shindig in Niagara Falls hosted by Alan Moon, who you might have heard of before. Designers and gamers alike get together to play games in various stages of development. I, unfortunately, was not at this event. However, I have friends, I guess we'll call them friends, you'll see why. They decided to share their gaming experience with me through pictures. Mush Snowtails 2 is a dog sled racing game by Gordon and Fraser Lamont. In 2008, they released Snowtails. Their love for that game resulted in the development of Mush. Now it's just a board game that I used to know. It's basically a hand management game. You can play cards to move your dogs, you can balance your sleds, and then of course you can move those sleds around the track. It's a racing game after all. Collisions can happen, of course, because the track isn't clear. There's trees and other solid objects and racers that you can slam into, so be careful of that. There are some buildings, a boothy, a chapel, a tavern, and some kennels that give you various benefits. I don't know about you, but I think that these pieces look pretty fantastic. Istanbul is a pick up and deliver game designed by Rudiger Dorn. Players take on the role of merchants who are wheeling and dealing, trying to be the first to earn a given number of rubies, 5 I think it is, unless it's 2 players, and then it's 6. The board is modular. Each tile is a different location, and they can be set up in different ways with increasing levels of difficulty. You move your merchants and his assistants around the board, and based on whether or not you can drop one off to complete a task or pick one up who just completed a task, you are able to take the action associated with that location. In an effort to become the most successful merchant, you can expand your wheelbarrow, purchase special ability tiles, bribe governors and smugglers to give you favors, and do any other number of different things based on the location you're at. I've played this game several times and I enjoy it. Oh, and it's a Kenner Spiel nominee. Yep, check it out. Helios is an action selection tile placement game by Martin Kallenborn and Matthias Prince. Players take on the roles of high priests and they're trying to develop their cultures the fastest. Players select action tiles from 3 different columns. You can create land, you can build buildings, or you can move the sun. There might be some set collection and resource management, and I think there are some character-based powers to choose from. I need to play this one for no other reason than it has the most awesome first player marker ever. Look at this thing. Amazing. Machi Koro is a card drafting game by Masao Suganuma. I'm sorry. Each player is a developer in Machi Koro trying to develop the city. Starting with a single die, a wheat field, and a bakery, you are trying to be the first to develop 4 landmarks, which all start under construction at the beginning of the game. You roll your dice and activate matching establishments, of which there are 4 general types. You can build industry, factories, shops, and markets, restaurants, and major establishments. Each type of establishment earns income and has a compounding effect. Income, of course, allows you to develop those 4 landmarks and win you the game. Talo is a building game by these 3 guys. I've been interested in this game since Essen of 2013, so I was particularly happy to see this postcard. Players are trying to get their pawn to the top of the structure. The wooden pieces are organized outside of the building area into, I guess we'll call them columns with different numbers. You roll a 10-sided dice. I think this is how it works. You either pull 1 piece that totals the whole of the die roll. So if you roll 8, you can take 1 piece from the 8 column, or you can take 2 pieces that total 8. So I guess that would be a 4 and a 4, or 2 and a 6. You know math. I'm not entirely sure how they get placed, and I'm not entirely sure how you move your pawn up. I am going to guess that when you place a new piece in your area, you are able to pop up to the top of that. I don't know. It's a kid's game, but it's like spatial reasoning and puzzle-like, and I like those types of games. Or maybe I'm only smart enough to play kid games. So those are my postcards from the gathering. Thanks for letting me share them with you. But one more thing before we go. I just wanted to touch base with you about our Couch to Con podcast. I'm pretty excited about it. For those of you that don't know, it is a 30-minute podcast, as the name implies. Couch to Con, we're trying to get you ready to go to a convention. We're gonna have designers and reviewers and illustrators and publishers. People in the board game industry are gonna talk to you, share some stories. Hopefully they're amusing and informative and entertaining. Hopefully. The idea is listen to them while you do some sort of physical exercise. All we're asking for is walking, but you're more than welcome to run or roller skate or whatever it is you do. A little different than just ding, 5 minutes, ding, 2 miles. That's pretty boring. I am going to go continue my little endeavor here, and I will see you later. Talk to you later, listen to you later. All right.